This is a Headgum podcast.
What's our podcast? What's it gonna be about?
Tell us.
What's our podcast? What should we talk about?
With Beck and Kyle.
All right. Yes.
Went to a baseball game last night, so.
Oh, okay. So you still had to pee from the baseball game?
And here it starts,
so
ladies
let me
and
get this
gentlemen.
straight. You went
Are
to-
we in focus?
Yeah. Are we? Yeah. For the audio podcast.
For our five listeners at home.
Yeah. Can you see Kyle's goobers and boobers? I don't know what that means. I was just riffing boobers. I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know what goobers are either. You're like a really put together, good looking, wonderful young man, and I honestly think, I'm looking back at some of our podcasts, I feel like I've railed into you a little too much.
Oh, I've never.
Okay,
I've
thank
never
you. So
felt
I'm going
that
to
way.
keep
the
it
goobers
coming.
and boobers.
The goobers and boobers wasn't too harsh.
It was fascinating.
Which is a word, I feel like you've evolved from interesting to fascinating.
It's kind of sort of a new era, yeah.
Yeah, but that's fascinating.
We probably have to keep this short, I bet. Do you feel
Looking at the clock here, people. Trying to keep this tight.
Today's for me there's a jittery energy.
A little bit, yeah. But like I'm more excited.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to let myself off the hook from being like a good interviewer, because that's, again, as we've said, that's not what this podcast is. It's not an interview podcast.
Because I feel like now this is the one that I put in some research.
Yeah, me too. And at the same time, I'm not like, I don't think I have great questions, but I already knew a lot about his career. I just refamiliarized myself.
So I mean,
with a lot of it.
I feel like have we said the person's name?
Have we?
Can people assume at this point? Oh, also, by the way,
yeah, it probably says it on the name of
What's Our Podcast?
On the name of the friggin' episode. It probably might say his name so people can click on it. Kyle doesn't know how this works.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'm just wishing I had that good old crane at the stage and I could pull you away.
Yeah, maybe that's something we could add in the next episode. Yeah. You're going to want to look at YouTube.
The joys
for those
of
guys.
being whatever this thing is.
A huge sack of shit. Ignorance is bliss.
That's cool that you're comfortable with that.
Oh, yeah. Once you enjoy it, and once you say, like, I'm a huge piece of shit, and just kind of, like, roll with it, and, like, obviously my intentions are good, but I'm a huge piece of shit, and then you can just, like, enjoy it.
So I got two things.
Word.
Okay. One, this is What's Our Podcast with
Beck, Bennett.
And Kyle Mooney. I don't know where the theme song goes. Does it go here? Do you want to hear it? Or? I don't
need to hear it. I think it already played. I think it already played in post.
Okay. We haven't decided this. It's probably already played.
As you guys know, we're trying to figure out what our podcast is, right?
Yes, we bring in guests to pitch ideas for what they think our podcast should be about. Beck and I have known each other since, truly, like, I'm thinking September 2003.
Yeah, I think it's September too. Yeah, USC back in the day.
Yeah, we actually did comedy together. It was actually really sort of an evolving time of sorts of, like, you know, in like kind of a new age of internet comedy.
Oh yeah. That's a really cool way to phrase it. Hey, Anya, Casey, can you guys maybe like isolate that or write that down or something and put that on Kyle's bio?
And if anybody in the comments would like, if anybody in the comments would like to sample that, remix it, and turn it into sort of a dance, style track. I'm thinking one of the, like, a rave.
Yeah, and maybe just pepper in a little bit of country music there, kind of a little twang, like you got the beats and everything.
Sort of like Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah, exactly. And so take Kyle's.
So we're gonna take what I said about sort of the evolving
time,
and we're gonna put a dance beat behind it, and then make a little country twang, so it's more like Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeehaw! You know, a little bit of that in there. Okay, thank you. Not the same thing.
But this is, we've had so many incredible guests.
Yes, we have. We've been very lucky and fortunate to have wonderful people. But our guest today is Jack Black, which is very
exciting. Person who's transcendent.
Yeah.
And like, sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, please.
But just as persons who are hosting a show, this is like, I mean, we haven't confronted this where, like, oh, this person is, we're seated with an icon.
Yeah, somebody who was just part of the comedy whatever.
Fabric.
I was thinking fabric too on the way here.
My goal for today, because I will say I'm actually not feeling 100%. I don't know that I got enough sleep, etc.
You went to the game.
I went to the baseball
cheering.
game. I was with friends. I had, I consumed what you consume at a baseball game. So I can't tell.
Oh, okay. Hot dogs,
Baseball
Cracker
bats.
Jacks, baseball bats, helmets. So you're not feeling just something's coming out. The
I
back
feel
end.
pretty fine, and I was conscious of the fact that we had a big day today. So I tried to kind of be good to myself as much as possible and get as much rest. And fortunately, my wife let me sleep in a little bit.
That's very nice
this morning.
Yes,
But I
Jesse
still
helped me out this morning too.
I still feel like, a little ball of, whoa, what's going to happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do too. I think it's more excitement than nervous. Am I prepared? Because he's just such a, and I'll comment on this hopefully while he's here. He's just such this big ball of fun, good energy.
I don't know if I'd say that to him.
Oh, maybe just a different object, or like a ball, or like a.
Yeah, what are your other pitches?
Kind of like a medium-sized square. Or
I feel like he wouldn't. He hasn't heard that.
Or you're kind of like a string, or
a string bean. I think a string bean.
You're like a string bean of amazing energy. But I feel very comfortable with him. I just want to I just want to have fun with him. Because obviously the other thing is if you don't have fun with Jack Black, or if he doesn't have a good time, it's what does that say about me? Because he seems like the best guy in the world who could have fun with anybody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So if this goes bad, then I think that says we're really bad.
I feel like I would be nervous to set yourself up or myself up with something like that.
Sure. Okay. Let's lowball. Let's set expectations really low.
Here's my hope.
Yeah.
Personally,
yeah.
On a personal level, I'm going to come with energy, and I think what you're saying to some degree, I want to be able to share the love that we have we've experienced from his work.
Yeah.
And his presence. So I would love to give him a piece of that back. And if that's all that happens, that's something.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Well, Anya's signaling us.
Oh my gosh, Shaq is walking in.
My gosh.
Oh my God. No! Yes. Wow.
Jack, thank you so much for being here.
The pleasure's mine.
Do you now?
It's interesting though that my head is shaking no while I'm saying the pleasure.
The pleasure's
is
mine. I'm so happy to be here.
That feels like some sort of
that was a deep down thing.
You know what it is though? There was a mixture of emotions. I was excited to be here because I love you guys, but then I was like, am I going to be good with those guys though?
Oh my!
I don't know.
That's exactly what we
I
were just.
Can't say no because I'll regret it if I don't do it. I'll think, what if I would have done it? What if it was magic?
Having this exact.
We were having the same exact conversation as you walked in. We were like, we love Jack so much. He's one of the reasons we do what we do. He's an icon. He's unbelievable. All we want to do is just give him a little bit back, Kyle.
Sorry, I feel I can't
so excited. I don't know what to do, man.
What I just said, my goal was, and I think Beck shared this concept.
Absolutely.
It's our goal for today, if this is all we get, is to share the love that you've provided via your work and your presence, and to give you any minuscule amount of that energy back to you, because you have been such a light and focal fixture in our lives and our work, and it's just so awesome to be around you.
Nailed it.
Man, I love it.
I don't know that I nailed it.
You nailed it. It's so
we're
true.
already there. I don't even think we need to go on.
Yeah, we could just stop.
You gave it all back just then.
We just want to give you it back.
We actually don't have to keep going.
I mean,
yeah, we could. This is a loose podcast. We don't know. We're trying to figure out what our podcast is.
I like that you guys were already going before I got here. And I'm early.
Yeah,
but you guys were even earlier.
Yeah, we were rolling already.
I love it.
I got out of the Uber and immediately started recording with my good old pal Beck, who I've known since actually back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, we've known each other since 2007, USC.
September 03.
Yeah. You went to UCLA, so we're kind of rivals a little bit, but only for a year.
In the 80s, yeah.
In the
89.
89.
88, 89.
Wow.
That's sort of like hair metal.
Yep. Those were the days. Those were the days. Iron Maiden was at their peak.
Wow.
Def Leppard.
That's wild you say
Def
that.
Leppard was rocking still.
Man, my freshman year of USC, I won a radio contest and I got free tickets. Called in, won free tickets to see Iron Maiden at the Arc, not the ArcLight. The what's this City Walk? The City Walk venue there.
I remember when you got those tickets.
Yeah,
and there's a
it was
name for the
amazing.
skull. As I recall.
Eddie.
I don't think that's what it is.
It is. No,
It's got to be.
I think that's absolutely it. Is something up?
I was just going to move your mic a little closer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, do it. We want optimal audio. Yeah.
There was,
Sounds so much better.
I
when the
shouldn't
mic's
even
right
be
up on me.
backtracking
Yeah,
to
you
this,
got that
but
good stuff.
in terms of like the couch of it all and where you're situated and how
Yeah.
we moved over, we are trying to figure out how to best be persons who do podcasts.
That actually, now that I think about it, makes a lot of sense. Before I was here, why would you guys both be sitting on the same couch talking to each other?
Yeah.
This is better.
This is better.
There was once a version where did we have guest here and we were flanking that way?
Yeah,
But then that's kind of
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
you get a little
That's-
tennis match.
And then I'm kind of over here, and I'm kind of like, "Hey, remember me?" And then you got to look at me, and you're right in the middle, and it felt
Yeah.
like too much. Over here, you can see both of us,
Yeah.
so this is great.
All I want to talk about now is Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
I know you want to move on. 'Cause
No,
you
no,
just
I will
wanted
tell
to
you
stick
one-
and move.
I will tell you one fun thing. I don't know a whole lot about Iron
You
Maiden.
went to City Walk. You didn't say how the show was.
It was awesome. The
Now,
lead
City
singer.
Walk, does that mean like it was on the strand of a beach and they were just like playing out on the beach?
Or like
At the City Walk?
City Walk?
No,
that
the-
doesn't sound like an Iron Maiden venue.
Wait, is it? What's the
I think there was a Universal
Universal
Theater,
Se-
amphitheater.
Yes,
maybe?
the Universal Amphitheater at the.
It's adjacent to the city. I think it's gone now.
It's gone now, but there was an amphitheater there.
Oh, that City Walk. Right.
Yes.
Of
Yeah,
course.
that City Walk.
Of course.
Yeah, now like it sounded like a promenade or something.
And you
like
went
that,
in
Third
and
Street.
watched the show.
Yeah, absolutely. And the lead singer, I don't know his name.
Bruce Dickinson.
Is it Bruce Dickinson?
Yep.
Whoa, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
He's
I don't know that-
amazing.
It's Bruce
He's like
Dickinson. I
an
remember
opera
that now.
singer. He's got such
Yeah,
incredible
I
pipes.
He does, but he was running.
And
He had a little.
It didn't sound like I was confident with the name.
No.
I'm usually really bad with
Well,
names.
because I feel isn't that the name of the guy in the cowbells?
Yeah, of
sketch?
Christopher Walken's character.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it is a producer. Bruce Dickinson is a producer.
I'm the Bruce Dickinson.
This is going to be really embarrassing if I'm wrong.
No,
And
no,
I could
I-
be wrong.
Maybe.
No, you're right.
Okay.
And
Oh my
can,
God,
can we
Bruce
find out the name
Dickinson.
of the Christopher Walken character in the cowbells?
It's definitely, it's got to be Bruce
If it's-
Dickinson. But so Bruce Dickinson is rocking out the set for the
Of course,
show.
Eddie's behind.
Yeah, of course, Eddie's up there
Yeah,
doing
he's
his
behind,
goddamn
or
thing.
they might bring him out later. There's been so many different Eddies over the decades.
That's true. He is big. He's
the
like
latest
a big.
Eddie is like a robot Terminator Eddie, and he shoots lasers, and there's a very expensive like action sequence in
That's
the middle of the
amazing.
concert. But you saw it, and were you an Iron Maiden fan, or did you just happen upon some tickets?
I just happened to buy some tickets.
Yeah.
My best buddy from growing up, was a big Iron Maiden fan, and they were like
How
super into
far
Run to the
into
Hills.
the show did you go before you were like, I'm gonna bolt? Did you stay for the whole thing?
Whole thing, yeah. Because this was
Encore?
freshman year.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
We got a friend to drive us. We were drinking beers in the car. My friend spilled.
Yeah.
And tried to like rip the wet spot out of his underwear in the bathroom, but then he went to like the Billabong store or whatever, and like was like got some underwear and bought them, and was like, "Where's your changing room?" And then he went back to the changing room and took his wet underwear off and put on the new underwear and left the underwear in the changing room and came out being like, go, go, go. And we went to the concert. So this is, just like we were having an Iron Maiden night. We were just ripping it up, rocking and rolling, being goofballs. But Bruce Dickinson, he's up there. It's like a castle set. And he's running around doing Run to the Hills.
Yes.
And he falls off of it right where there's like a carve out area for the drum set.
Oh, shit.
Like the drum set's kind of in the middle, and he was like running behind it, and he falls right there. But he was okay. He got up and he was like,
okay.
"I'm okay."
He's a real
That's very
athlete.
sweet.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
like a Olympic level fencer.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a badass, and he's a pilot. Way before rehearsal season 2, Bruce Dickinson was flying big planes for real.
Big
Wow.
commercial jets?
And that was like, if you ever go psycho like me about Iron Maiden, you'll watch their DVD about their tour called Flight 666, where he learned to fly big jets and said, why are we doing this tour where we're flying on commercial airlines when I could do it? And
Oh
so
my
he
God.
fucking flew the big giant 767 and had all of their like over a ton of gear in the back. I think it's actually like 16 tons. It was a fuckload of
That
of
is wild.
gear and the whole crew and band. And he flew as kind of impressive and weird and why. And I guess they saved money, but it sounded.
I hope at the end, like,
Save a little bit of money and let the lead singer say, yeah, man, I got it. Let me do it.
It made for a great concert DVD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just hopeful that like after he landed, everybody in the plane is like, thanks.
I think they were appreciative. At least they seemed like it. You know, they were like, look at us flying. With this our plane, we could do it and fuck all we
Here I
want.
go.
We could go left. We could go right. Oh, no.
Don't worry about it. It's our fucking plane. Break it. I do this thing now because I realized I stopped listening to music.
Oh, yeah?
I was only listening to podcasts and audiobooks and stuff, and I was like, I miss music. And I decided I was going to start doing chronological marathons where I just listen to bands that I've loved over the years, but I haven't really listened to anymore, and do all of their catalog from beginning
Really get
to
the
end.
evolution.
That's
and you get
incredible.
all the nooks and crannies, and you hear some songs you never actually heard. And,
Yeah.
and I did it recently with Iron Maiden, and it's interesting when you get to the window when they're really at their best, at their peak.
Yeah.
Almost every band has that like window, and yeah, they're great, getting good, getting a lot of little hints of good stuff coming, and then whoa, they're all firing on all cylinders. And then they're getting older and not as good stuff over here. And then, it's still a little good.
A little bit,
But there's usually a little window, a few years where there's a magic. That's kind of
Absolutely.
depressing, isn't it?
It is a little bit, but it kind of
there are
happens
some
with everything.
bands where they have a
little bit.
resurgence and like another blast of genius later.
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm saying something incredibly
It's
basic
true.
here, but Bob Dylan seems to be somebody that persons now. There's like a new reappreciation and like a lot of these periods and these sort of ups and down moments. But what other groups have you done this with?
It's embarrassing because it's so boring.
Yeah,
because
no, not at all.
It's all primary.
By the way, I think music is
colors.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, music,
I like music. I like food.
dude. We could do a whole show on music and a whole show on food.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to what you think our show should be about.
I'm
but-
just gonna really quickly say the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, and then there are some other ones that are cooler, like Love. I did that one.
How many albums did they have?
Not that many, 4 or 5. But Arthur Lee had some solo works, but the tough ones, I don't want to say the tough ones because I feel bad talking shit.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, you got to be honest. It's all good.
Look, I
Clear as
love
crystal.
Elton John. I love Elton John.
Absolutely.
And he's got some of the greatest songs ever written.
Yeah.
But if you do his chronological marathon, literally 42 albums, and there's a lot of just swimming through cheese. And you're like, how long has it been since the last magical song?
But does he swim? But do you swim through the cheese and find some magic?
Yes.
Peppered throughout. It's right.
Yes.
Okay. So it's part of the process.
But this is the thing. When you chronological marathon, you really appreciate those bands that were not super prolific. The ones that were just like, nah, we're just going to we're only putting out good records. And sometimes it'll take 6-7 years between records because we're going to really crush it.
That's incredible.
what is
that's admirable for sure.
How are you listening? Are you like, I'm walking, I'm listening to music, I'm driving, I'm sitting in my room. How are you consuming these albums?
Headphones, walking. Mm-hmm. That's primarily how I take it in. And
Each album, one listen.
yes.
Yeah.
One listen. But I have gone back and done a double chrono. Because I realized that this is a thing that while I was doing my chronological marathons, after a few albums in, I was like, I should be starring the ones that I like, that I like the most, so that I keep track of my favorite songs of all these chronos.
Yeah.
And so then I had to go back and do the early chronos again and star the songs that.
Yeah. Wow.
I have a little OCD apparently with my chrono.
Yeah. Well, you got to archive. You're trying to archive. You're chronoing, and then you're archiving.
You're collecting.
And that's
You're
important.
collecting for this database.
Yeah.
This is an important thing for any chrono people out there that want a chrono. They're thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful with the headphone walk because if it gets really hot and sweaty, my ears it got too steamy in there, and I did get an ear infection. And
No way.
I did have to get some antibiotics.
Antibiotics. Where we're taking a little squirt in there.
Yeah,
You gotta lay down on your side.
a little squirt, yeah, you got to be careful of the steamy ear. And I know you can wear those other ones that are made for working out. They're not headphones; they're just the AirPods.
Sure. Yeah.
They don't have as good a noise cancellation.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
For me,
And I
they
like
pop
to
out all
rip.
the time.
Yes, I
And
have a weird ear canal as well.
Yeah, and I like, especially when I'm in the gym, it's always popping out, and I'm always going, God damn it.
Yeah.
It's really embarrassing. I can't help it, but I go, fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it. It
don't need
looks
to
so
be embarrassed.
stupid. I'm sure I look cool, though. It's all good. Whatever.
So, Mr. Show,
Yeah.
how
No, this is a good transition.
This is a good transition. Wait, what was the transition?
It
because
went
it-
from ear canal to Mr.
Mr.
Show.
Show. Speaking
It was
of your...
here's why it was a good transition. I was done. I was ready for a pivot.
I was
We
too.
were talking about Iron Maiden, and then we went into my chrono marathons, and then I started to feel guilty. Like, this chrono marathon talk is going too long.
no, this
Getting
is-
into
this
my
is a
ear
peak.
infection.
This is a
I can
peak.
feel the podcasters flicking to
no, if anything,
fast forward.
but
Right.
that you know what you're saying is interesting because
Let's
because
get
we're
back
new
to
at
the
this,
chrono
because we
ear
don't do
stuff.
this, like it is like, what is the thing you latch on to? Because I was like, I actually am fascinated to dig deeper into the ear infection stuff. because
Yes.
I got some ear stuff I've been dealing with. Obviously, you have the
Yes.
headphone issues.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna can
Also, I have fucking lied. It wasn't drops in the ear. It was a pill I took.
Oh, God.
I don't know why I went along with that.
See,
I
that
was
is
like,
see,
yup,
that
yup,
is
it
really
was the
good.
drops.
See, now the
Why did I do
listeners
that?
are like, oh, this is interesting. We're getting into the psych. We're getting really into this stuff.
Why is
I do
Jack
that
a
too.
liar?
I will do that too. I'll just be like, yeah, totally, it was. And then I will have found myself in situations where I'll be like,
Why
you know
did I
what?
do that?
I lied.
Sometimes
that wasn't
it's
true. I don't know
easier to
why I
lie.
did that. Yeah, just
Yeah.
go along with it.
I
Be
did
like,
that recently on a text message, and I felt I had to like create a whole. I had to like send a new email that didn't exist. Like, yeah, I'm gonna send that to you right away. I'm not getting into it because, ladies and gentlemen, we got Jack Black in the building.
yeah. So we'll talk about that whole thing later. So wait, you were
But
talking
I
about
do
Mr.
want
Show.
to talk about Mr. Show because
Yeah.
that was a major turning point in my life.
Yeah.
Meeting Bob and David, who really I owe everything to because me and Kyle in Tenacious D were playing a little venue in like fucking 94 called Al's Bar in downtown LA. It's not there anymore, I don't think.
Cool.
And there was like 12 people in the audience, and one of them was David Cross, and we only had one song. We played Tribute.
Oh, wow.
And he came up and was like, that was hilarious. Would you guys come and open up for, I have a comedy troupe called Mr. Show. Would you guys open up for us? And I was like, yeah, I guess, yeah, sure. I didn't know who he was. I never watched the Ben Stiller show that was he and Bob Odenkirk came from.
Yeah.
And so we went and performed live before their live audience. This is before they had
They
a
didn't
TV
Before
show.
HBO at the Diamond
Yeah.
Club.
Yeah, Diamond Club
Yeah.
and a couple other venues. There was
Cool.
one in Santa Monica. I can't remember what it was called. And we kind of were introduced to that whole scene of like the alternative comedy of the 90s. And the fact that they liked us and gave us a little short film before the Mr. Show episodes
Oh yeah.
launched, it changed everything because we were playing for 12 people, 20 people. We started playing for bigger audiences like Largo. We could pack Largo, like
Yeah.
100 people.
Right.
There's Largo on Fairfax before they moved to the cool spot on La Cienega.
Right.
But once we were on HBO, it was like overnight we were like packing 1,000-seaters on Sunset Strip, and the people were like fucking.
Oh my God, that's
and
awesome.
we were like, oh my God, we're rock star. We don't even have an album. It was the sweetest spot.
So you guys had a video that was on Mr. Show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was like a
short film.
caboose. It was like a little appetizer before Mr. Show
Yes.
that they produced and helped to write and all of
I
that.
remember
That's right.
watching those. Yeah, probably a freshman in high school around, and
Yeah.
they were black and white, I believe.
They were not. but you might have that memory of that.
Damn it! Oh no, he's dying inside. Let's get this camera zooming in on Kyle. He's doing just fine, but inside he's falling apart.
I don't want to come after a guest. But I'm actually very sure they were black and white.
Can we go to the tape?
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's pull it up.
Sure. But Mr. Show was a scene, and when those shows were taping. I never missed a taping. I wasn't in, many of the skits or stuff. I did get a couple little bit parts here and there, but I just loved to be there, and you could feel the energy in the room while they were doing their shows. Like, this is so creative and different than anything else in comedy, and they're geniuses, and there was a sense of community in that whole group of performers. And it felt like it was of that time with alternative music having its peak, with Nirvana and all the exciting music that was happening. And that alternative comedy was kind of like a cousin to that movement. Mm. And it was also kind of a reaction, I think, to Saturday Night Live, because Bob Odenkirk came from Saturday Night Live. Was like, fuck this. This is not, there's a better way. Yeah. You know what was better was Monty Python. They didn't have to just do it live. I don't know why I'm making it like he's screaming.
But it was a revolution.
Yeah, he has
but he was passionate about what they were doing.
Yeah, I was into Mr. Show. I liked SNL, but it was like Mr. Show, The State, and then really Mr. Show. I was like downloading episodes from season 3 and 4 on Lime and Napster, because 3 and 4 didn't come out in DVD until after season 1 and 2, like a couple years after.
I was a big fan of your color shorts.
I am wearing some colorful shorts right here. You want to zoom in on these? Can you? Do you have that technology? Yeah, we can. Okay.
We'll get zoom in. But so also at that time, you're.
Oh my God, we just made a pivot. Man, you're ignoring the pivot. Wait. We're not going to my color shorts.
No, I want to come back to them.
Were you talking about the shorts I'm wearing right now?
I was talking about the short films that were in color.
That were in color.
I'm so dumb.
No, honestly, because you are wearing colorful shorts, so it makes absolute sense.
I feel like there's...
Now I'm in hell. Zoom in on my face.
Zoom in on this face. He's fine, but no.
I thought he was talking about my shorts I'm wearing. He was talking about the short films that Tenacious D did back in the day.
And I actually knew there were color shorts, so I just was kind of like... I do this thing where I fuck with the audience.
You said color shorts.
Yeah.
Because before you said black and white.
Yeah, but that's where
that's what threw me, because color shorts. I was like, he's talking about my colorful shorts.
Yeah, no, I was doing I was kind of being alt.
For those of you who are just listening to the podcast, Jack is wearing really colorful shorts.
Yes,
we're very bad at that. I'm very bad at that part.
Yeah, we are basically in the world of having just an on-camera show that we put out there, basically. Yeah. Just that's because we're new to this.
So having you as our guest, I feel like you've done many interviews over the course of your life.
I've done a lot of them.
And I'm always sort of curious about what cliches and what you're over. I feel like I could probably surmise your story a little bit just from what I've read and what I've consumed of you talking about it. Do you get... there are 2 questions I want to ask.
Great.
Okay.
There we go.
You think, but I feel like you're about to predict what I would say about this or that because of how much you've seen of my interviews.
Well, you
know me already.
The first one I don't know that I've ever seen you speak on. The second question I'm sure you have been speaking on, but I've not seen that.
And then I have 10 questions.
Okay, so I've got 2. He's got 10. Okay,
I'll fire them off all in a row.
Great.
The film Airborne.
Oh yeah.
Was there? I'm curious about any sort of rollerblading training.
Yeah, this is a question I've never been asked about the rollerblading training. I don't remember any practice going on.
Because that's scary. You make a wrong move.
I wasn't doing the hard stuff. I think I definitely did a little practicing, but the stunt team, those skaters were all pro skaters, and they did all the hard shit. I didn't do it. Dude, I'm actually scared of going fast, skating down hills fast from early trauma from skateboarding. Like, you ever skateboard down a steep hill and get the wobbles?
Speed wobble.
Oof.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Would never even
It's so
touch it.
scary.
One time I got the speed wobble so bad I was like, I'm gonna fall. And I just sort of like the luckiest ever dove off my skateboard onto the grass on the sidewalk, a thin like strip of grass, and slid for about 30 feet
Whoa.
and was totally unharmed. No injuries.
Unbelievable.
But
And what you
that's
know, with
rad.
Deck, you was just like a G&S,
Oh,
Powell,
yeah.
Peralta.
Dude, you're a skater.
He's a skater.
I think it might have been a Powell Peralta,
Yeah,
but
the Bones Brigade.
yes. But anyways, Airborne the movie, bad title by the way. It doesn't really speak to the skating or the
Yeah.
hockey or the fish out of water, but it's a thing that sometimes if you jump high while you're skating,
You
they'll
become
say,
airborne.
Oh my god, that dude's airborne.
Right.
Caught so much massive air.
Yeah.
I guess it was kind of a cool sounding word.
Yeah, Bladen.
Blade.
Oh,
Trying to
Blade.
think of other.
Yeah, that's a cool movie.
Well, now that you mention it, I'm having a hard time thinking of a better one than Airborne. Bladen, I don't think that's it.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean,
Now wait, now you
Fire blades.
strapped in.
Yeah, Strapped In is a really cool title.
Blades out of water.
Now, you have another question.
Oh, yeah,
I have
yeah.
a question. You can go to your question though. And then I can go to
No,
my
you
question.
can take your question.
I want to pivot back.
Did you like Airborne?
I loved it, and you know what's a couple things fascinated me about Airborne. I've not seen it in a long time, but there was a moment in time. I'm going to say circa 95, maybe 94, between 94 and 96, where that movie was playing a lot on, I think, TBS. So I got several viewings of it, and then there are two other movies that I sort of group it with. There's the 80s film Thrashin', the skateboarding movie.
Oh, yeah.
With Josh Brolin.
Sure.
And then later there was a Disney Channel movie called Brink about
I never
rollerbladers.
saw
Brink. I
But
was
I'm
thinking
pretty
Brink when
sure
you said
all
Bladen.
of these films end with a giant downhill race.
Makes sense.
Well, yeah, it does make sense, but also like I think I caught on to it. It's like, oh, why is everybody using the same move?
Well, when it comes to skating, I guess there's nothing more dangerous or exciting than when you see someone going full blast down a hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous.
It's
just
cinematic, it's dangerous, it's wild. I think it speaks to the imagination of the kids watching. They're like, I want to rip up that hill. What if I went down that
Yeah.
big hill?
How does it speak to the imagination of the kids watching?
Because it speaks to the imagination of the kids. It triggers their imagination, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how it speaks to their imagination.
Yeah.
It kind of like, well, this would be kind of crazy.
right.
Like, hey,
Yeah,
look at this. You want to try that? Maybe it speaks kind of like that.
Yeah. And I'm going to say I fully agree with that, and that's a great point.
Thank you, brother.
Going
I love your
back
support.
to the whole, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Okay, my question. I wanted to pivot back to the Mr. Show days, and like you were doing Mr. Show, you said that was responsible for getting you into that alternative comedy scene.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you were doing the Actors Gang, or that was before.
I was doing the Actors Gang at the same time and before.
Okay, yeah, and like Mr. Show opened you up to the comedy world, but like John Cusack was a part of the
Yep.
Actors Gang with Tim Robbins.
That's true.
And he put you in High Fidelity, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like perfect casting because you were already doing.
Well, you also
Tenacious
put in
D.
Bob Roberts.
Bob Roberts was my first film, and that was before
Yeah.
Tenacious D and Mr. Show. That was like 91. And that is part of why David Cross was interested, because he saw Bob Roberts and he liked me in that too. He liked me in Bob Roberts, and he liked seeing Tenacious D. So that was kind of a... So maybe I should give some props to Tim Robbins of the Actors
Hell
Gang
yeah,
for giving
that's
me
right.
an early break as well.
Well, it was just such a cool beginning because you're making music and your music is like exciting people in like the more traditional dramatic theater space, and then
Yeah.
also the alt comedy scene. And at that time, I was wondering, like, did you ever feel like I have to choose one of these things, or were you like, I'll do it all? I'll be like
Yeah.
a serious, because you've always had that like acting training, and you see it in your comedy work. You do bigger, fun stuff, but like whether it's like King Kong or The Holiday, like all these things where you're like, you're a real actor, but you're also a comedian and a musician. So like, did you ever feel like at the beginning time that you had to pick a lane, or was it like, I can do it all?
I felt it just when. Good question. I felt it. The only time I felt like torn and worried about choosing one was High Fidelity, which ironically was my big break in the movies.
Yeah.
And that was John Cusack. He liked Tenacious D, and he liked Bob Robertson, and he wanted me to play that role, Barry, in High Fidelity. And I was torn because I was like, Tenacious D's kind of popping, is kind of exploding right now. We're like playing big venues, and if I do a movie about music where I'm like this guy who's like a critic and who's like talking about disparagingly about certain genres and certain bands, and even talking about Nirvana, I didn't want to do a part in a movie where I talked about Nirvana. I was like, that's not something I want to talk about.
Right.
That's just something I want to go and do. And so I turned it down at first.
Oh, wow.
And then my agent said, "You're an idiot. You should have done that." And I was like, "Fuck, you're right. What am I doing?" I love Stephen Frears. I loved Dangerous Liaisons with
man.
John Malkovich. And I was like, "You're right." And I went back and I said, "I changed my mind. I do want to do it."
Wow.
And he laughed and he gave me the part
What do you think the
That's
turnaround
amazing.
was?
Yeah.
The amount of time that passed between you saying no and then
being like,
asking
"Take
for
me
it
back."
I don't remember how long it took me to realize, but it couldn't have been very long because they would have
Yeah,
filled
that's
somebody
scary. I
else's
mean, like
fast.
a couple days, they're popping out to somebody else. They got to make
Yeah.
that movie. That's incredible. So, I mean, like, because that's interesting because I feel like there's a lot of that with like people at the beginning of their career. I mean, at any point being like, "Oh, is doing this thing going to get in the way of this other thing?"
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's just going to like add. I feel like just like do everything. Just
It
like
didn't hurt Tenacious D. It was actually it was a
Helpful.
great thing.
so helpful.
And I did both, and
Raises your profile.
always,
Yeah.
And music and acting is like they go together for me since high school. I was doing musical theater.
Do you have a favorite musical?
Well, the one that I enjoyed doing the most was Pippin.
Pippin.
I was in a high school production.
What is
of
the big?
Pippin.
What's the big song? What's the notable song?
Everything has its season. Everything has its time. Show me a reason, and I'll soon show you a rhyme. I don't know if that's the exact
I mean,
lyrics.
you sold it.
That was incredible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're
But
ready to
the
pop.
cool songs are actually by the leading player, who was played in the Broadway production by Ben Vereen.
Oh, I love
my
Ben
childhood
Vereen.
hero. That dude could sing and dance like a mofo. The best.
You know that he was on a show called Zoobilee Zoo.
I never saw
Whoa,
Zoobilee
I
Zoo.
never
That
saw
was a
that
show
either.
for. I was a very young child, but yeah, that's how I came to know
Wow.
him.
So was that like a competitor to Sesame Street or something?
It came out in the mid
The Electric
80s.
Company style?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know how
It's
much
later.
competition it was giving
Right.
to Sesame Street, but it was people dressed up like animals, and he was I think the main.
Did he sing songs and dance?
They did. Yeah. Here's my question, and this is related to something very recent, and this I feel like you must have been asked. So I also want you to tell me how boring or not boring it is to even approach this. Okay. Here's the question. You've recently had an incredibly viral moment with the movie
Oh, yeah. Minecraft, yeah.
The Chicken Jockey
Yep.
thing. So here's my question, and I'm sure you've been asked this, and I apologize that I've not done my research. In the moment of shooting it, when you're delivering the line, did you have a sense that this could be iconic or as meaningful as it's become?
Okay. When we did that scene, that shot was part of like a bunch of shots we did just in a course of like 1 hour where it was just reaction shots because the scene is really this fight between Jason Momoa and this chicken jockey zombie baby on the back of a chicken. And they needed to get this shot of me just yelling like, "You gotta!" And I was kind of channeling Burgess Meredith from Rocky. "You got him, Rocky! He's a piece of iron!" That's what I was kind of doing. That I don't know why that felt right. Because we're in a boxing ring and I'm in the wings, the old man trying to cheer on the fighter.
Yeah, no, it works.
And so I was having a ball. I didn't think, oh, this is going to be like one of the parts that people remember from the movie is my reaction shots to this
Right.
fight. But I was going all out.
Going ham.
And I was kind of I was like into it. And then you don't watch dailies anymore. Back in the day, in the 90s, when you did a movie, every day you would go and see like all the scenes you shot yesterday. You would go at lunch hour, you go and watch all the stuff as it's coming. So I didn't get to watch it back, but in my mind I was like, I think we got a little magic in there because I was going nuts.
That's so fun.
And how
So
many
the
people
answer,
have
I guess, is yes.
How many
I
yes.
think it might go viral.
You had to
how
feel
many
it.
people have asked you that exact
No
question?
one's asked me that.
Wow,
And I like it.
Kyle,
And I
2
like it.
unasked questions.
Kyle's batting 1,000.
Okay.
You're
Now-
doing good too,
Yeah, no,
Beck.
I had a pretty good question. I got a fist bump. Okay, now let me ask you this. Now bringing it back to
Dude, when you were talking that sentence that you said about all the kids, it speaks to the
yes,
generation of
the
people who want to go
imagination of-
downhill fast.
Yeah,
Speaks
that
to
was
the
that was
imagination.
that was so
award-winning
dude.
sentence.
Thank you, dude. Thank you.
And also, actually, can we get a replay of that for the folks walking at home?
brother.
It's
Honestly, I love that.
I was a little pinned in. The microphone's right up on me, so I
course.
couldn't lean over.
Yeah, we're all
properly.
pinned by our mics.
So you have, as far as I can tell, you have 9 more questions.
I have 9 more. Do you like music? Do you no?
On our show, we we're trying to figure out what our podcast should be about, which if it could be just having Jack Black on every episode, well, that wouldn't be that bad of a podcast.
Yeah, that would actually
Oh,
be
man,
the
look at-
podcast that I want to have.
Hold on, I gotta get over it.
Dude, let me get one of those rocks. Yeah, we're bumping our fists right now for
Do
everybody
you-
who can't see.
Now you were, I imagine, prompted to give us a prompt with what you
Get
think
comfy.
Yes.
we should make.
Did
a
you get my
podcast
prompt?
about. No,
you-
now,
so
now
this
I
is gonna
tell
be,
you.
You're gonna
yeah,
reveal
this is
it.
going to be news to
Oh
us.
man, my word. I gotta tell you, I had trouble choosing a word. I thought about a lot of different words. I had like 4 words, but I settled on shows.
Shows.
I love it.
Wow. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into this neighboring studio and we're going to do a podcast. We're going to
About-
try to do a podcast about shows.
Technically, you're gonna do a show about shows.
We're going to do a show about shows.
Show of shows.
Isn't that funny? We
Caesar.
were talking about Mr. Show earlier, so it's all kind of coming around.
It's all coming around. It's actually all
And
perfect.
sometimes I feel like a show off.
Okay.
But we're about to turn this show on as we go to the other studio to record shows.
Showtime.
What's up, everybody? I'm Kyle,
And I'm back.
and you're listening to
Shows.
exactly. You're right on, Beck.
Thank you, brother. And you know it. We love it. Shows.
And then you've been listening, so you know the whole deal. Of course, we're here with I would say a king of shows, somebody who really shows you how to do it.
Yes, an example to all of us, a show within himself. Doesn't even need to be on a show. He's the show wherever he goes.
Show yourself, Mr. Jack Black.
Yes. Raise the roof.
It's true. I do love to put on a show.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice. I'm going to get right down to it, Jack. First of all, your posture is intimidating to me. Very first show you saw, and I'm talking concert.
Ooh. I want to say it was Devo
Wow.
because that's the cooler answer,
Yeah.
but I think it was Loverboy,
Loverboy.
which is also kind of good.
That's incredible.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
Everybody's wondering where we are.
Yeah.
There was a time when we were just roaming, but now it
does this
seems
cost
like
money?
we are cloning.
Are we allowed to sing songs that exist?
You know,
Let me just say one thing though about
Yeah.
that show. My
Yeah.
cousins took me. I went up to Spokane, Washington to visit my cousins, and they said, "Come on, Jack, we're going to take you to a concert, a rock and roll concert." Yay! We went and saw them. And at one point, the lead singer was like, "How's everybody doing in Spokane?"
Oh,
and the crowd
sarcastic.
just erupted because
Oh,
they
genuine.
loved. Everybody loves cocaine in
Oh,
in the
Spokane.
in the early '80s.
yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
Can I tell you a
How
story
old
about
were
it?
you?
Oh shit!
Shit. No.
Oh man!
No, I didn't mean to. Just an insert. It was just an insert. It wasn't just like.
You must have heard me saying stuff.
Yeah, no, but I can't. But I have a delay in my brain.
All good, brother. You're forgiven.
No. Thank you, brother.
This
No,
does
go ahead.
this relates on multiple levels because it was a show that I saw, and it has to do with that sort of moment of delivery to a regionally specific audience or something like that. And Beck took me for one of my birthdays to see Shrek the Musical at the Pantages. And we went to Musso and Frank before. I had never been, and it was
That was your first time going to Moos and Frank?
and that's now it's like my favorite restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
absolutely
Right.
yeah.
We
Great.
dressed up in suits.
For me,
Musso
about
and Frank.
300 times upon Hollywood. Yeah, whenever I get the chance, they're not packed.
Hey, you go back and look at photos of Hollywood from 100 years ago. Musso and Frank's is there.
Yeah, and did you? And
it's always been
and,
that.
yeah, and did you guys know that Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford brought fettuccine Alfredo there?
No.
They brought it there?
Well, they
They like made it at home and then they brought it there?
no, they had tried it. They had tried it. I believe they had tried it in Roma, and they asked to make the recipe.
They asked them to make the recipe?
They didn't have fettuccine in Hollywood until Douglas Fairbanks brought it from Italy.
That is crazy. They brought it all the way from Italy, from Roma?
Another one of our show facts.
Charlie Chaplin was like, "What is this?" No, he would have known because he's from Europe.
Yeah. He's had a lot of fettuccine Alfredo.
I'm trying to think of who in Hollywood would have been like, "Feta what?"
The Keystone Cops.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we were the Shrek show was tremendous. Mm-hmm. There's a moment, and the problem is I've told the story before. I never know whether it was Donkey or Shrek who said this, but it was something to the effect of, I'm paraphrasing the dialogue, and I mean I don't want to disparage the performers at all or the writing. This is how I remember it, and it was an awesome experience. But maybe Shrek is farting, I think.
Of course he is.
And Donkey's like, oh, I don't like that. And Shrek is like, we've got to make our way to the castle. And Donkey's like, how are we going to do it? And I'm going to say it's Shrek. It might have been Donkey, but Shrek's like, as long as we don't have to get on the 405.
And it gets a huge laugh. I feel like that's the only thing we remember from the show.
And was it a touring show? Like every city they played, they
Yeah,
had to come up
I
with the
think
name
so.
of
And
a
it-
crowded freeway.
And that was
crushed.
the insert talking about the local traffic scene or whatever.
We have to
it
get
is,
to the
yeah.
castle.
I love that you took Kyle to the Shrek musical as a birthday gift, a surprise.
I don't think it was a surprise. I
We
told
might
you
have been
that.
See,
Was
we've-
it something that you had been wanting to
We'd
see?
seen the image, the billboards, and I was like, man, that looks good.
Yeah. And so I was like, let's dress up in suits. We'll go to Musso and Frank's, and then we'll go to Shrek the Musical.
That's the best birthday gift
It was
I
a
can
really
imagine.
good, it was a great
Thank you.
gift.
There's
guys.
something very sweet and hilarious and perfect about that for you too.
Yeah.
I wish I had a Shrek musical experience like that. I'm trying to think of my favorite
All right.
birthday gift.
I'm noting
There's
it.
nothing that comes up in my mind. And I was like, oh well, my wife did get me a pinball machine. That's the best birthday gift I ever got.
What was it? Was it one of your?
Adam's Family. No, not one of mine.
That
That'd
is
be-
classic. I
Yeah.
No,
played that
Adam's
game.
Family's the best
Is that-
pinball
It's the
machine.
best.
Is that Adam's
I
Family?
love pinball.
Did it
Yeah.
come out when the movies came out?
The original movie, not the original. Actually, the TV shows back in like Musso
Yeah.
and Frank days.
Yeah.
The movie with Raul Julia.
Yeah.
And the rest is fantastic. And that pinball machine is maybe the best pinball machine of all times. And she got that for me like 10 years ago. I still play it. I play
That's
it like
awesome.
every day,
You
like a
play it
weirdo.
every day. Like in the morning, at night, when you're
Yes.
thinking you need a
Here's
break.
the good news. It's in the basement, so no one can hear it. And I'm not waking anybody up.
Right.
I'm slapping that thing, and I never get tired of it.
That's
Are
so
there
cool.
any?
It's a work of art.
Yeah. Also, Adam's Family, another great show.
show? Yes. And probably the cast of the show was probably eating at Musso and Frank's back in the day, where a lot of people who were shooting shows were probably eating.
Yeah. By the way, Beck, I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, no problem.
Do you remember the first time you and I did a show together?
Oh, good question. I mean, it was probably Cometus Interruptus.
A lawn show, improv show.
Improv show.
Do you think
at
we were
USC.
putting our heads in water?
Ooh, was that the initiation?
Could have been.
I thought that was maybe was that the end of the year game?
But they might have done it for the initiation too.
Yeah, they might have. Sure. Yeah.
Any
How
other-
old were you?
18, I think. Right? Yeah,
That's
18.
the real stuff, the early stuff.
Yeah.
You were putting on a show.
Yeah.
Now, was there an event where it's like, oh, there's going to be a thing. We should do a show for that thing.
Every Friday afternoon at 1 p.m., I believe, our improv group would put on a show
Yeah.
on the lawn next to Tommy Trojan at USC.
Oh.
And we would first sing a song to sort of like gather audience members. And then we would hopefully they would sit on the lawn and we'd perform short form improv.
You're doing it for free.
Doing it for free. As
You're
people
putting
walk
on
by.
a show for free.
And the
Old
song
school
said that.
theater.
That's the essence.
It's improv and it's free.
We would sing this song before to get everybody to come over.
We're
We were like a traveling
cometas
theater group, just doing it right
interrupt
there
us.
out in public.
How about when you got an idea for the show that you were going to do for free on the grass,
Yeah.
and then you guys talked it out and you figured it out? How's that feeling before you do it, but you know it's going to kill? Or do you ever have that feeling? Do you have that confidence when you're like, this is going to kill on the grass for free?
I can remember a moment.
Honestly, never with improv.
Never.
Never with improv. I would say never.
It was always a
Across the
scary
board,
high
never.
wire act.
With improv, yes. With sketch, no. Sketch, I had that feeling, and I was like, ooh.
This is
But,
gonna
like,
crush.
I was just always with improv. I was like, I don't know. I
Well,
don't know
that-
what I'm gonna say. I was always made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's nothing greater than crushing.
Yeah.
But there is another side of it, right?
Yeah.
How do you deal with bad shows?
When there's no laughs on the grass,
Yeah.
when you do a thing and there's
That's
this,
okay. That'd be a good
and it's
bumper
just
sticker.
crickets. I mean, that's the thing. It's high stakes.
Yeah.
And I don't do well with fear. I am a scared. I get scared. I
Same.
get stage fright.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
too.
that's the thing about putting on a show and show business is you better love it, because if you don't love it, how are you going to do it? It's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Your love for it has to be even more powerful than your terror.
Yeah.
And my terror is high, so my love had to be just a little bit higher.
Yeah, because it's wild that you like. I mean, most great performers, it's wild. Like you still feel it, even though you've been doing it for so long.
yeah,
and it's-
absolutely.
you're so in it. But like,
Even when it's low stakes, karaoke, if it didn't go
yeah.
well,
God, karaoke. Yeah,
I'm right there with you. And I'm gonna say
practicing
something
karaoke.
that's maybe not super eloquent or articulate, and maybe you've already sort of said this, but what you're talking about, like the fear level and the love level for when you're putting on a show, you are on a personal level putting on a show because you're showing that like I am confident and I'm feeling good in this moment. So you have to put on your own show for the show. Would that be fair to say?
yeah, that was a mantra. Don't forget to pretend to be having a good time.
yeah.
And that's sad, but you have to pretend like it's fun and that you're not terrified. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to put on a show to put on a show.
Because sometimes it's like, oh, be yourself, and it's like, no, don't be yourself. Be that version of yourself that you're comfortable with in front of other people.
But sometimes if you're really excited about a thing, you got a little nugget of like something you think this is going to fucking kill. I can't wait to do the thing that I thought of.
Yeah.
It can give you a little gird and it can give you a little boost.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and then the fear kind of goes away.
Oh, that's
You get
interesting.
excited.
Do you use that as a way to get through that fear? Like whether it's an idea, whether it's saying something different or doing something different with a performance? Is that something that you use? Like, like
It
attach
helps
into one
if
thing that
if you come to the set or to the stage with like a little idea that you're looking forward to.
Yeah.
That is a big.
just something that ignites you. Like, oh, I'm gonna show them this thing. Like, whatever, even if it's crazy, like I'm gonna try this thing, and it's gonna like.
It's like a powerful thing on your utility belt. If you're Batman,
Yeah.
you know you've got this thing you can use.
That's huge because a lot of the fear comes out of being like doing well, right, and doing it right, and
The
like
fear
doing a good
comes-
job. But if you got this thing where you're just stoked about something,
It's always the fear of failure.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
you're gonna fail and people are gonna not like you. You know, it
absolutely.
always goes back to that. But
But do you, I mean, like, as somebody, I feel like I experience a lot of the emotions you're referring to, and I'm sure so many artists do. And this, I imagine, is also a question you may have been asked before, but you're beloved. Do you get to carry any of that with you? You know what I mean? Like in these performances, being like, you know what?
They're on my side,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna like walk on.
sometimes you can feel that, you know, wait a second, all I have to do is show up right now. I got some momentum going. But another part of it is like if things are going good, like you just had a good show or a good movie or good thing, that there's an instinct like maybe this is a good time to just like retire.
Yeah.
Leave it on a good note. Because
Absolutely.
you don't want to leave it on a bad note.
No, you always want to walk out on a good note.
Yeah.
We're coming to the end of our episode. We like to sort of close out every show of shows with dream shows. What is the dream? You're of course aware.
Of course,
that we
I
always
know
do this.
exactly how we do this. We always,
We go through. We talk about maybe a show that you wish you could have seen that you never got the opportunity to, an artist, a performer, or maybe a show that hasn't even existed that plays in your brain. What is your dream show?
Wow. While I'm letting mine
simmer.
Renee, do you have one that you can fire off? A dream show of yours that you
Well, you always go first.
Yeah, I always go first, of course. I'm gonna say probably one of the best.
Yeah.
I wish I would have seen one of the best shows.
Okay, I've got.
Like as a musician or something.
Yeah. I think there are like concerts that I would have loved to have experienced. It would have been cool in 1965 or whatever to see the Beatles live, or like at Shea Stadium or something like that, or maybe at the Cavern Club. But that's not what I'm going to say. I'm going to say the show I want to see, and I don't even know how this person performs really, but I imagine it's in like a very fancy room. Mozart.
Ooh.
Wow.
Dude, now you're talking.
Thank
Mozart?
you.
Now you
Can
talking.
you
dude.
imagine?
You're finally talking, dude.
I love it.
ripping
If
it
it's
up?
anything as good as that movie Amadeus,
Yes, exactly.
The hair.
can you
You gotta-
imagine if you were really there?
Dressed up.
You better be dressed up. Otherwise, they'd be like, what is this?
Can you imagine he's debuting a new song? You're like, oh shit, that new Mozart.
Was he? You know what's funny is in my mind, I think of him somewhere in England, but it was Germany, right? Or was it Austria?
I think it was Temecula.
Dude, if you could go back and say, and you know what was weird? It would have been like a rock concert audience vibe,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
Because they were punk rocking.
Absolutely.
That was like not the classic music of the era.
no, it was
he was
pop
taking
music.
liberties.
Absolutely.
Good answer.
Really
Damn.
good answer, dude. Really good. I'm gonna say it's gotta be. I don't know. Like I'm gonna say Tenacious D's first show.
Oh, wait a second.
Right there.
He found a way into my heart that's even better than Mozart.
Yeah, that's
Now
right.
that's a good answer.
and sitting next to David Cross, watching you, maybe being like, "This guy's got the goods."
You know what's good is it was a very short show. I think
was
it was
one
just
song.
one song.
Yeah.
But we put it all in there.
But I mean, that song has ridden
Yeah.
decades. It's reached audiences across decades.
I wish you were there. It was a good night.
That would have been cool.
It was a good night for 12 drunken hipsters.
Yeah.
If only you could have been the 13th in that time machine.
Would have changed my life forever. Now, do you have a show or
Best
performance?
show I ever saw was Nirvana at in San Francisco, 1991, and I was in heaven, and I was like, "This is the right name for this band because I am in Nirvana." Wow. And I looked around, and everyone was in Nirvana. Everyone was just so happy, and Kurt Cobain was up there. It's just like a god, and the undulating masses and the music, songs I hadn't even heard before. I played "Rape Me" was not on any albums yet, and I was like, "Duh."
That's
This
insane.
guy's the fucking king. I didn't know at the time that he was a tortured soul.
Yeah.
But what a fucking now that motherfucker could put on a show.
Yeah.
Now, look, I don't know. That's the tough thing is like, what would be a better show than that? I can't think of one. I think
that
I'd go
answer.
back and watch that show
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Honestly,
That's very
to
fair.
go back and be like, I saw the best show.
Yeah, I think
I wanna
ever seen,
relive it.
and I want to relive it. Do you remember where it was?
Yeah, it was at the Warfield. I think that's what it was called in San Francisco. And what was crazy is only about like 8 years ago, Tenacious D had a concert at the Warfield, and I went down into the basement where the dressing rooms are.
Yeah.
And in the office, they had like a bunch of signatures, and I saw, oh my God, It's Kurt Cobain's signature, 1991. I was fucking there.
Shit,
I was
that's
there.
so cool.
That was cool.
Now, if you were to go back to that show
Yeah.
and get to relive it,
Yeah.
would you want to be with your younger self, or would you want to be not with your younger self?
Oh,
Interesting. Wow, that's really.
it would be really weird to be with my younger self. Because my younger self would be like, what?
What's up with you, man?
Can I help you?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I'm you, bro.
Yeah, man.
I think it would create a schism and a brain.
And then maybe you wouldn't enjoy
Like,
the show.
Yeah, it would take away from the show.
it would ruin the show.
Yeah.
I would have to have like.
Sorry, I just wanted to, and I feel bad that because this is your thing.
This is your favorite show.
I would
I'm here
actually
to.
have to get there a week before the show and slowly introduce myself to myself, so that let
that
me
you can-
explain.
We're gonna love the. First of all, we're gonna love the show.
That would ruin the show for my 19-year-old self, 20-year-old self, 21-year-old self. Who cares? 22. I was 22. Because yeah, I don't like. I wouldn't want to know how good it was gonna be. I have a weird thing with spoilers. I don't like when people tell me before I go to see a show or a movie anything like. Let me just sell it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but
Yeah.
the thing that I just want to, it's so magnificent because and this is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's fucking spoiled. It's already
Yeah,
spoiled.
absolutely.
Because
even
even
if people aren't giving away details, if they're hyping it up like that, and I'm like, I'm not going to have the same experience. You're altering my expectation. You're putting your experience into mine, and now it's just gonna jank it up.
it sounds dumb, but you telling me how fucking great a show is ruins the show.
It does.
It is a spoiler.
It is.
Don't
It
tell me
totally
how
is.
much you loved it even.
Yeah.
But that's
agree
not
more.
fair. That's a little ridiculous. Someone can say, I recommend it.
Yes, a little bit, but honestly, no spoilers, no reviews.
I think
nothing.
I think every review should be just see the show.
Nice.
We don't really know where it falls.
Which is our tagline of our show. Just
Yeah.
see the show.
Just see the show,
Hey, just stop talking about the show. Just see the show.
or listen to it.
Yeah, or listen to us talk.
Well,
about
Jack, you've been an incredible guest on shows with Beck and Kyle. I hope we get to do more of these because this is a great show.
It's a great pod.
I've had so much fun, and I'm a huge fan of your show, and I look forward to maybe someday looking back, maybe in like 20 years, and going, "Oh my God, I'm a 5-timer." You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
maybe in a couple years I come back, and then a couple years after that, and we just keep this baby
I would
rolling.
love to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yes.
And
Our first recurring.
it could
guest.
be fun if, let's say, a decade from now, the three of us come back to hang with ourselves now
Yes.
and experience this show together.
Dude, with the way technology's moving,
Yes.
that might not be impossible.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
With all the AI and stuff.
Well, I haven't. What and
'Cause,
what
like,
is
I
that
don't even
exactly?
know. I don't even know what they're doing, but like it could be possible. Because one last thing I was going to say, I thought you were going to say like maybe we get together and make music together or something like.
If 10
creative.
years from now?
just like yeah, off 10 years from now, just like come up with some songs and just record it, just whatever.
10
comes
years
out.
from now, everybody bring in their favorite instrument.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm down with that too.
Awesome,
Okay,
perfect.
you heard it here first. Everybody can hold us to it.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, shows.
I like
Pretty
that
good,
song too. Rum ba dum bum bum bum. Dun 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 dun. Real bum 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 ba dum bum 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 bum. Show.
That's we can lift that, right? And use it forever.
I mean, I think it's basically the song you already have.
It is, and we'll just put it underneath
What's
the
our
beats.
podcast?
That's when we talk up. What should we talk about?
What is it? What's our podcast?
Okay, now
Wow.
we're back in the original studio.
I wish you could have been there, Jack, for 9:46 this morning. Me busily settling down into the couch. Beck already prepared.
I was sitting
and being
here ready
like,
to go.
"We got something is happening today."
Something is happening today. Something's happening to our bodies. Something's happening to this room, and it was you, and you absolutely changed our
This
lives
is-
forever.
The feeling's mutual.
Oh, that's amazing. Now we just did our podcast about shows.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great idea for our podcast. I think it was a great podcast. I had a lot of fun. We'll see if we make it our podcast. I really don't know.
Yeah, I feel like what's great about that as a podcast is there are, forgive me, layers.
Yeah.
So many
And I
kinds
bet
of
you knew
shows.
that when you came up with it.
When I said shows, I thought this is a wide open thing.
Yeah.
I had a couple different words. There was another one I was thinking, the universe, and I was like, that's too wide open.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm
Shows
gonna
is a
take
little
it-
more
I'm gonna
specific.
go down close.
Is there anything we didn't hit when you first thought of like, ooh, I'm going to pitch shows? Was like, I bet we'll talk about this that we didn't talk about?
Good question.
No, I think we hit on a lot of show stuff. And before we even got to the show called Show, we talked about music concerts here too.
Yeah.
Little Iron Maiden and but look, I've been really into old movies lately. This is my new thing.
Yeah.
I'm becoming a cinephile.
Cool.
So does that count as a show? A movie? Is a movie a show?
I think so.
feel
Yeah.
like picture
like,
show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We're
Yeah,
going to go
pe-
see a show.
Yeah. People
Yeah.
just call them shows. It's kind of coming
And
back.
we didn't really talk about old movies, but other than that, I think we really covered a lot of ground in a short. And it was really powerful. Was when we were talking about our first shows
Yeah.
when it was pure,
When it was pure, when we got hooked.
before the industry got
Yeah.
in.
And I
Before we
bet
had to-
it's, I think it's, sorry to interrupt you.
No,
You can
before
keep
it's
going.
it's the moment's gone. Before we
No,
got
no,
to
no,
keep
I
it
still like the
going,
moment.
just create the career stuff, make money and support it, and
Yeah,
start
yeah.
a family. Have a
It
house.
does.
all that stuff.
It becomes something else. But I think that it's therapeutic, I would imagine, for artists of all shapes and sizes to hear that even Jack Black, when he goes out there, still gets the butterflies.
Oh yeah,
Right. People love to hear that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I do like mental exercises to get through those things. Like I remind myself, you don't know how it's gonna go. It could go great. It could go bad. It doesn't matter. We're gonna go and we're gonna. I don't know what. Now I'm not sounding like that's helpful advice, but I talk to myself a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
good. And honestly, the nugget is something I'm going to take with me. Have a little nugget, something that excites
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Something that you're like, no matter what, this is for me. Maybe it's for them. I don't know. But that's
You know
huge.
what else is helpful to me is don't look back.
Yeah.
Just keep on looking forward. Because sometimes if I get stuck on a thing that I like, I fucked up. That could have been better. I
Yeah.
fucked up and everyone saw me fuck up. And now it's hard to right the ship and get going. And if you can exercise that muscle of letting it go. Yep, I fucked up. No, it doesn't matter. I'm looking forward. What's
Right.
the
Yep.
That's a huge advantage if you can shift away from a fuck up and
Any of those internal feelings, whether they're true or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
It's just a
moving
blip.
forward.
yeah, because sometimes I'll be in a show and it'll be I'll feel this is going badly, and I'll just plow through, and I'll be bummed, I'll be depressed,
Yeah.
but then I'll go back and watch a tape of the show
Mm-hmm.
and go, oh, that was actually a better show than the one where I
Right.
thought that was
We
the
were-
best show.
And yet I was in my head the entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So if you see that happen enough times, you start to go, don't get hung up on
This is all
Yeah.
fake.
There
This is
might not
bad.
there might not be anything you can do about that thing, but you just keep moving forward through it.
Yeah, fuck the
Because
inner
you don't know what
critic.
it is.
That
Yeah.
inner critic is just so full of shit.
Being a critic is just so full of shit. I couldn't agree more. Kyle? No more critics, okay?
I work on it. I agree with you.
I work on it
that inner
too.
critic is full of shit. And
And what we got to do is take our nuggets and plow.
my
and just plow.
my thing
Honestly.
is, I guess probably the same thing. It's just knowing that the inner critic is there, right? Okay, he's there.
And there's no truth to it.
Yeah.
He's
But
got to be there. He's going to be talking.
I'm plowing. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going about my stuff, knowing that he's talking. I don't need to engage with him.
Yeah.
Guys, this is sage advice from one of the greatest who's ever done it. I mean, and also I will say, viewer would see that Jack is in a different seat now. We're trying to figure out our podcast.
I moved over here. I felt like it was weirdly the instinct I had, but I didn't vocalize it when I first got in here. I was like,
Yeah.
where am I supposed to sit? And I was told I was supposed to sit, and so I sat over there. But this is secretly where I wanted to be the whole time.
Wow. And should we redo the whole
Yeah.
podcast?
Do you think we should maybe ask guests as they approach, like, do you have a preference on where you sit?
I think it would be an interesting way to do the show. I mean, and the camera people might not like you doing it that way, but what if like a guest came in and you were not sitting down at all and you said, where would you like to sit? Anywhere on either couch.
Oh, wow. And then we just do it around
Maybe
that.
for the
You have to
maybe
do it.
for our next episode, we should just see where the sitting like lands naturally.
Yeah.
But then it might backfire and the next guest might be like, no, where do you want
where
me
do
to
you
sit?
want me to sit?
I'm going to sit wherever you
That's
tell
true.
me.
Like from the get, you don't know where to sit. Well, this is the end of our podcast. Is there anything you want to tell our audience to go check out or
Got
get
any
into?
plugs?
Oh my God. Any recommendations?
Yeah, anything. You don't have to plug your own stuff. You could plug whatever you want.
I saw an incredible movie the other day. It's an old movie called Shogun Assassin.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's the first like ninja movie where blood sprays.
Yeah.
You know, there's been a ton of them where the blood spray, it's like
Absolutely. It's a cinematic moment.
it was unbelievable. And I also saw another old movie. I'd never seen any Burt Lancaster films, but in the 60s, he was one of the biggest stars. And I know the name just because it's a legendary name.
But I've never seen any of his movies
I
either.
saw this fucking movie called The Swimmer. Will blow your mind.
Okay.
Anybody watching that needs a little recommendation on an old movie, check out The Swimmer. Yeah, you won't be... That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
I
you
think
don't
I
need to
broke
hype
the
it
ru-
up too much. We don't
I
want to
think-
spoil
yeah,
hype.
right,
I'm not gonna.
No
I think
spoil
I
hype.
might
You're
have
gonna-
already
yeah, maybe
broken
it's-
it a little.
yeah. What is it?
You just give it a little look. You give it a little-
It's see it.
Yeah.
just see the show.
See the swimmer.
See the swimmer. And check out Shogun, but the swimmer's first. Well, thank you so much for being here, Jack. This was
Yeah,
so much
pleasure.
fun.
Hell yeah.
You're the best.
You.
You.
What's our podcast? What's it gonna be about?
Tell us.
What's our podcast? What should we talk about?
With Beck and Kyle.
That was a Headgum podcast.